Ba-da-da, ha-nam-ha-na-na-na, ha-ma-ma-na-ha, ha-ma-ma-na-ha, ha-da-da-da.
Oh. Caboose, how'd you get here? Oh my goodness. Caboose, are you melting? Caboose, do you want a kiss? Do you want a smooch? I'm gonna smooch him. I love you. Caboose. Oh no. He's so smelly. Oh no. Silly guy. Hey guys, what's up? Playing some more motherfucking Kingdom Hearts today. Just to give you an update. Off camera, I went and got those reward card rooms for like 4 of the worlds, and everything I got was trash. So that's awesome. I think I gained like a single level. I got Aqua Splash, Warp, and Metal Chocobo. So that's cool. Boost has no agency. Yeah, that's right. He basically he's along for the ride. He's just glad to be here, dude. He's just glad to be here. Yeah, bud. Warp's good, but you don't get any rewards. He's icky. Caboose, are you icky? Ew. By the way, I took a poll as to whether or not I should watch the 358 over 2 days movie or play it, and the fucking vote was split 50-50, which is awesome because it means I'm gonna make the wrong decision no matter what. That's fucking kick-ass, dude. That's fucking kick-ass how much that sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Caboose. Do you just want to live here? You just want to live here in my arms, like a little baby potato forever. You want, yeah. You little baby potato. You little baby. Oh. You just a little baby potato. Did you see the Nexon Arc Raiders publisher said that Arc Raiders was explicitly made to be a Trojan horse to get AI bigger into game development? I didn't, but that's not surprising at all. That's not surprising in the least. What's weird is they didn't really need to do that because everybody is using it to some degree otherwise because everyone just wants to cut costs. And they're going to use it for a couple of years and discover that the quality loss is not worth the cut costs. And also, I don't know if you guys heard about this. I don't know what to call it, the fucking subprime AI loan collapse. But there's one of the AI models named Claude. And Claude's like, oh shit, we're going to go broke. We need to start charging for this shit. And for Anthropic, yeah. And on Monday morning, no, not the source code leak. No, not this. On Monday morning at like 9:10 a.m., the subreddit for it was filled with people going, I'm on the $200 plan, and I just blew through my weekly allotment of tokens in 10 minutes. What the fuck? How am I supposed to use this to vibe code or run my fucking customer service thing? It's like, oh, it's because it was never cost effective ever. So now Hey, we're gonna use it for concept arting. Oh shit, it's gonna cost like $1,000 an hour, and you just have to hope it makes a piece of concept art that's worthwhile. Oh, sick! This is way better than paying somebody 9 to 5. Way better. I saw a gentleman describing that using generative AI for work tasks has essentially turned a lot of productivity at an office into a slot machine, because it could get it right on the first try, or you could blow your whole morning just cranking the fucking thing, hoping it spits out something usable. Oh, it sucks being smart. So I'm turning 40 this month, and I have a millennial experience. I was born in 86, where I was right about every global event that ever happened in the history of my life. And it didn't matter. I was right about some of them as a child. I would see global events going, I don't think that's a very good idea. Sure enough, they were not very good ideas. Womp womp. Oh, well, what are you going to do? The smugness helps, though. The smugness does help. What do I think about Ingrid's trailer? I think it's terrible. I think it's awful. I don't like Ingrid. And I definitely don't like Ingrid more now. They just want their own SNK Athena, you know? And if they do CVS 3, then Ingrid and Athena will be like the crossover magic for it. Kane Highland says Kingdom Hearts is canon in Street Fighter now. Do you want to know my favorite? Did you know that Resident Evil is canon to Resident Evil? The Resident Evil video games exist within the universe of Resident Evil. So, I'm not even talking about the disc in the RPD. I'm talking about something more rock solid than that. In the third or fourth season of Breaking Bad, Badger and that scrawny one and Jesse are hanging out at Jesse's house, arguing about which Resident Evil is the best one. And Badger says that RE4 is obviously the best Resident Evil game because Ashley is so hot. In Resident Evil Damnation, one of the Slavic, like Russian-y guys is talking to Leon, and they're shooting the shit about Breaking Bad. And if Breaking Bad exists as is in Resident Evil, then that means Leon could have watched Breaking Bad characters talking about RE4, which he was in. Which means the Resident Evil games are fictionalized video game versions of horrific historical bioweapon outbreaks. Like, they're like the Medal of Honor to World War II of Raccoon City. Anyway, so that's fun. Let's start thanking some people and shoot the shit. Did I watch the RE fan film? I'm too old for fan films, bro. It's that time is over. That, like, I don't even have time to watch regular films. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying to you? Let's thank the people, huh? First of all, thanks to everybody for coming here to hang out for Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Snack Canary kicked in subs to 75 months. A very satisfying number. It is a satisfying number. Thank you. We got a $60 tip from Sleeper Profit. Thank you, man. That's extraordinarily generous. Long-time lurker on YouTube. First video I ever watched was the TBFP Skyrim video when I was 13. 27 now. Yikes. Recently binged, I'm so old. Recently binged your Xenoblade VODs while I grinded out Monster Hunter Stories 3. Currently enjoying the Kingdom Hearts card game Crash Outs while I play Stardew. I gotta tell you, would you like a rough opinion about Chain of Memories? So far, Chain of Memories is 2 bad video games. A mess of an action card battler and a brain dead easy mashathon for babies. The GBA version is very good. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. So Kane says the GBA version is better. I'll believe that. But I do not believe that the core issues I am having are different. I don't believe that is true. Double tap deep head to dodge. That's not that bad. Probably not anyway. Let's thank another people. I'm blind. I can't find it. Parks Lady sub. Thank you. So to FaZe Paragon and Musap Spiritual. Thank you. Kai9 kicked in $5. Thank you, Kai. I just want to make one thing clear. You know what? Before I go into Kai's thing, there's a comment on YouTube that's like the only reason Pat's not playing the GBA version of Chain of Memories is to fulfill his long-running grudge that there are no good games on the GBA. Which is like, that is so insane. Don't I love Superstar Saga? Yeah, Superstar Saga, Astro Boy, Castlevania, are incredible. FF Tactics Advance is a piece of shit. But it sucks. Advance Wars is good. I don't think Tactics Advance is like bad because of the story. I don't care about that. Tactics Advance is bad because of the gameplay. It's a massive, massive step down from Final Fantasy Tactics. There's no turn order, and the judge shit is crazy. What if instead of having fun playing your game, a guy showed up and threw his fucking piece of shit onto the board and said, "Stop having fun, loser." Oh, so exciting. Yeah, Minish Cap is incredible. Minish Cap is one of the better Zelda games. It's made by Capcom. Isn't that crazy? So Kai goes on to say, I want to make one thing clear. Whatever my personal feelings are, watching a movie of 358/2 is a perfectly fine way to interact with that game. The only thing I'd say is grab a good YouTube compilation. The official one sucks ass. So, yeah. I'll if I were to watch a movie, I would actually reach out to somebody who would do a better, provide me with a better cutscene compilation. I need my dog again. I need my doggy. I need my doggy. Oh my god. He's so cute. How do you get your hands on him? Oh no. Just want you on him. Oh, don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Shh. Super Dino Sauce kicked in a sub. You mentioned you're driving. Yes, that's true. We'll talk about that in a second. One of my biggest pet peeves is people who are casual about unsafe driving actions like speeding and delayed braking. Just be safe out there, man. So, yesterday was the start. I'm going to smooch this guy more. Oh, I want to squish him. Yesterday was my first driving instruction lesson. And I have 10 of them. 15, whatever. I have like a dozen driving lessons scheduled out over the next month. I wanted to get like 25 to 30 hours of driving practice with an instructor before I started doing practice driving with Paige, to take all of the pressure off of her as like a driving teacher, right? I think that was the best way to go about it, right? So I did that yesterday, and for context, I am turning 40 this year. I'm turning 40 in 2 weeks, and this is the second time I've ever been behind the wheel of a car in my life. And my dad was a professional truck driver, and a professional delivery man, and a professional newspaper delivery guy, and drove every single day of his life and loved driving. And he did not teach me how to drive, because when I was 15, he put me in the driver's seat and said, "Hey, Pat, you got to learn how to drive." And I went, "Okay." And then we drove down a dirt road for 5 minutes, and I got nervous. And he was like, "Oh, okay, maybe later." And then never tried to teach me again. And then I moved to Montreal, and Montreal driving sucks, and public transit there was pretty good. My dad did that to me, and I hit a curb and broke a tire. That's pretty funny. My understanding is that after teaching my sister and mother how to drive, who are terrible drivers, my dad had like no patience left for anxious drivers, and was waiting for me to stop being anxious about driving before trying to teach me, and that just literally didn't happen. And in hindsight, my mom used to love to watch those like 911 reenactment shows with me when I was a kid, where they'd be like, "Oh, this person got into a fucking car accident and their head flew off and shit." So like I had this, my basic thing was that it's really hard. And if you make any mistakes, you just kill someone. I did not blare Dragula while practicing, no. Anyway, so I'm explaining this to the gentleman, and he's like, yeah, no problem, whatever. And I did a 3-hour driving lesson. I went for the extra big lessons. And I feel really stupid, because there's a million things that I somehow didn't know and have never come up because everybody knows them. So like we were like 95 minutes in before I was like, wait, is the car moving when it's in drive? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, even with no gas? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, so in reverse, this came up during parallel parking. In reverse, I was like, what? I was holding down on the brake, and I'm like, and he's like, just let the brake go. And it started to move. I'm like, oh, it's because we're on an incline. And he's like, no. It does it. Hence why neutral exists. So here's the thing. Yeah, but everybody, it's one of those things. Everybody knows it. So no one ever mentions it. Right? So Yummy Nuke says drive means drive. I figured you had to put your fucking foot on the gas to make it go. I think that's not 100% unreasonable to think that the car doesn't move unless you put your foot on the gas. See, I didn't think the gas was faster. I thought the gas was go. But no, it is in fact actually faster. It's not a racing game where the car doesn't go unless you press A. Listen, man. It's my first day. It's my first day. It's literally my first day. Okay? Yeah, I'm learning in automatic, yes. I'm not a psycho. There's no reason for me to learn a manual. If there's a tornado and there's only a manual car available, I'll just die. And that's fine. But it's fun? No. Hey, listen. Do I know what all the road signs mean? Yeah, most of them, but there's a couple niche ones that I'm not familiar. The important one that I know is school zone. Which don't do it. My teacher was particularly good about being like, no, listen, you're doing fine. It's your first day. I'm just letting you know, if you hit 31 in the school zone, auto fail. ICBC will just auto fail you the instant you hit 31 on the dash. You'll have to take your test over. We drive in the fucking right side of the road, you bitch. What kind of question is that? We're in Canada. So I think the strangest thing, by far, learning how to drive late, is my misunderstandings about what parts are difficult. So I was also, my dad kind of set me up for failure. So in the process of the one time my dad tried to teach me, he explained that I have to be looking at every mirror simultaneously. And then I'm like, well, when do you have time to look at the road? He's like, you're also looking at the road. And I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, you just always have to know everywhere. And I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like, my dad had been a professional driver for too many decades to actually understand what it's like to learn how to drive. Right? And so my biggest surprise, genuinely running through my lesson, is rear view is like for when I have to think is somebody behind me. Side mirrors are primarily for parking and for lane changes. And then like most of the time I'm using my eyeballs on the road, or I'm just looking out the fucking window. Make sure I'm not, annihilating a fucking cyclist doing a park. I did not. I thought the mirrors were like 99% of all vision. Which was incorrect. Driving, turning, parking, etc. Actually a lot easier than I thought. Maintaining speed across hills. Way harder than I thought. Just a little dippy dip. Oh, we're going too fast. Oh no. And also I'm in a branded driving instructor vehicle, right? I'm not in some guy's car. Like, it's got the fucking logo on the car. It's got the L in the back. It's got, the guy's got his like manual brake, manual gas in the passenger side. And so I'm like, I'm going like 25 and a 40. Cause I've been driving for 18 minutes. And I was not aware of this. But he's like, if there's people behind you and they're mad, you just let them be mad. You just let them be mad. Who cares? And then I took a little glance up there. They were mad. They were mad back there. And I'm like, I'm in a fucking driving school car, man. What do you want? Right? Like, I also got to discover, driving around the Vancouver burbs and a little bit in the city. Need to apologize to my wife because I would tease her for swearing so much while driving. Everyone there's a really specific level of frustration about learning how to do things the right way and then almost getting T-boned at an intersection that I had a clear right of way by like a Purolator truck who doesn't give a fuck. Almost getting T-boned by a guy coming out of his driveway with no warning. A cyclist almost hitting the side of my car. A guy breaking down and running out of gas in front of me at a light, which led to a wonderful teachable moment of, here's why you don't get too close to people's bumpers, so you have to go around them. At a light. And it's like, everyone's insane. Everyone is crazy. Pedestrians are crazy. Cyclists are crazy. Other drivers are insane. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's my first day. And I am absolutely certain I am safer on the road than that guy and that guy and that guy and that guy. But why? If everyone just does the road correctly, we will not have accidents. I got glared at by people at the crosswalk when I got into the waiting position in the intersection even though my instructor is literally telling me to cross the crosswalk to get out of the waiting position in the fucking intersection. Like, oh my god, like, everybody is so mad. Why is everyone so mad? Like, I was hitting red lights and being like, oh, thank God I have a second to check out this turn. Meanwhile, the guy behind me is just losing his fucking mind that I just like blow through on the yellow. Like, bro, where do you, it's just, it's red lights in an urban area. You're not going to get there any faster. Yeah, and I'm in a marked driving school vehicle. What? Like, I'm not in a regular car or a sedan or a minivan or a convertible. I'm in a fucking, hey, this is for babies' first drive car. For babies. It's like, it's so ridiculous. Like, everyone just loses their mind. And like my sister's like this. So I rode in my sister's car like 3 times. And the last time I rode with her somewhere is when, so is Baltic Guy here? Because Baltic Guy would know this. But she got cut off on the Mercier Bridge. And then we were going in town, but instead she turned right off the bridge into Verdun to follow the guy for like 10 blocks so she could cut him off near the aqueduct. And then scream out her window at him. And I'm like, that's like a 30-minute detour to road rage at someone who doesn't know you exist. Insane behavior. Never got in the car with her ever again. And also, like, here's the thing. My sister, tiny little lady. Laughably tiny. She's like 4'9". Not sure. Maybe it's like being in a car makes her feel big or something. But insane. Terrible road rage. Terrible road rage. So you, but women, I think aside from the anxiety of actually driving, I was extremely calm. I was in no rush to get nowhere. Granted, I was essentially driving around in circles through urban and suburban areas, but like for practice. But yeah, Yummy Nukes, everyone in my family's tiny. The whole family's tiny. Gowron, however, is near the middle of percentile for little baby height. So he might grow up to be between 5'8", 5'11", which would be nuts, dude. That would be crazy. That would be nuts. Okay, Baltica says, my first time driving in Montreal, I had to drive a 30-foot U-Haul to fucking Ville Marie downtown. Oh my god! You should have just not done that. So luckily enough, my instructor, he's a guy out in BC. He's an old guy, right? Very calm. And I was like, so I'm originally from Montreal. And he's like, I can see why you didn't learn how to drive in Montreal. I'm like, oh. He's like, yeah, I used to live there. It's fucking awful. Fucking the worst drivers in the country. And I'm like, yeah, right? There's absolutely no comparison to how bad drivers are in Montreal. It is unbelievable. It's like a mental, I don't know. People behind their car in Montreal don't believe that the other people are humans. They believe they are enemies. Isn't there always road work? Yeah. The route you were gonna go no longer exists. No longer exists. I remember they shut down parts of the Decarie Express. Not Decarie. What was it? The Turnpike near NDG, the one that the highway overchange, the Turcotte Expressway, for like 7 years, and then they finished it. And I didn't even know what the fucking difference was. Yeah, driving in Quebec, it's not defensive driving, it's offensive driving. Absolutely. Like, let me tell you. So, Dead Jutter says Montreux drivers equal Texas drivers. Got it. No. Montreal drivers are so bad that there are special road rules for just the island. You can turn on a right. You can turn right on a red everywhere in the country except for the island of Montreal. Because Montreal drivers cannot be trusted with right on red. They tried it. It resulted in a wildly disproportionate amount of accidents. It is not allowed. Not allowed. No. But yeah, anyway. Bro, they closed Decarie for one day and I had to Uber from Laval to Verdun. My Uber driver was taking alleys to try and get me there 30 minutes late. Oh, just don't even. Laval to Verdun is like from butthole to the sewer. Like... What are you doing with your life? It's like, and I grew up in Verdun. So Verdun is nice now. Yeah, I don't care. I grew up in Verdun from 86 to 91. Like, yes, I am a white guy from a first world country. I grew up in a shithole. I grew up in the white ghetto. Fucking Verdun was trash. Fucking Hell's Angels blew up my fucking corner store. And my dad was like, yeah, all right, fuck this. We're getting the fuck out of here. He's like, I'll drive an extra hour every single day. Blew up with explosives? Yes, Red Tooth. With explosives. Hell's Angels had a bit of a kerfuffle with other biker gangs for good 15 years. You know how intense the Hells Angels were in fucking Quebec? The fucking leader of the Hells Angels was a guy named Mom. You know how fucking scary you have to be the head of the gang and your fucking name is Mom? Was Mom Bouchard. And he ran it from prison. Was it Mom or Maman? It was Mom. It's a little bit of a bilingual situation with the Hells Angels. Did the Hells Angels blow up a bar with a rocket launcher? So I don't know that, but I'm going to go with probably. Probably. That seems like a Hells Angels thing to do. Kai9. Oh, I missed it. Kai 9 kicked in $10. Thanks, Kai. My childhood sure was. It was something. It was a long road to get here. I'm really glad that my boy will have a lot better than me. Like by default. Kai kicked in $10 to say, I've run the math on how much it costs. Oh, so by the way, for those of you who don't know, Kai 9 is a economics technical nerd guy. So I will take his AI math on less of a grain of salt. I've run the math on how much it costs, even using the most efficient data centers to run inference on a given set of tokens. And I've concluded that unsubsidized cost is not much cheaper than just employing somebody to do it at market rate. So the thing about AI is that consumer subscription models are major loss leaders because the sheer cost of running the data center by itself is insane. But the API, which is pay per token, is also subsidized for B2B usage. Yeah, so instead of having an employee that you own and can train and will gain value over time, you could outsource the task to somebody else's fake employee who may or may not get it done, and the costs of which could go up at any time. Look, we've turned labor into capital, but it's someone else's capital. Shonen Hero kicked in a sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. Mr. May Cry says, I'm a utility engineer, and the cost to build and connect a data center in the first place is prohibitively expensive. Well, you see, that's what investors are for. Scamming. Investors are there to be scammed. You promise them the world, and they'll give you all the money they have, and then you find a country to go live in far away when the world isn't delivered. Kai 9 kicked in $5. Hold on, let me read this carefully. Watching Wooly's E33 finale was interesting because I realized that some of the reason people don't like Kingdom Hearts' story is the storytelling. It's that characters don't have explicit discussions about the ramifications of the setting or lore. Yes, it's for you to figure out, but also the lore is as complicated as the lore gets. It's always meant to be taken at face value in the moment. It's like Kingdom Hearts lore is not intended to be a metaphysical quagmire. It's intended to just be enjoyed as it goes. It is vibes. Kingdom Hearts is vibes. Wow, it is, though. Like, even in universe, Kingdom Hearts is vibes. There's Lettuce says, no, it's light. No, the light is the vibes. The vibes is light. Because Sora had good vibes. Calendar Gaming subs says, restart the encounter now that you know the special conditions. Evilise judge whom I hate. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. Kai 9 kicked in a $5 spoiler question for E33. Nah, that's not the plan, and you know it. Mr. Kickass sub. Thanks, Mr. Kickass. Kai, stop it. Not in the chat. We got a $5 super chat from Toots Magoots. Pat, with the love PS2 games are getting on stream, did I ever play Radiata Stories? I did not. I did not play Radiata Stories. I heard vague positive news about that. Kai kicked in a $5. Thank you, Kai. For whatever it's worth, driving games, at least the ones halfway along the sim arcade spectrum, can teach you useful skills. I once avoided skidding off the side of an icy mountain road to my death because of Forza Horizon. Well, just brake, stupid. No, Pat. It's more complicated than that. No. Rahatefish says, as the resident network engineer, we got a lot of smarties in chat. As the resident network engineer, it's not just that the hardware costs for cabling utilities. Getting the hardware in and configured for running AI can cost you a mint. As a single server rack can run you anything from $20K to $20 million, depending on how much power you want in it, plus 20 man-hours per rack. Using that for AI is a massive waste of money. You know what's funny? I don't know any of these technical details. And I would never be able to know it because my expertise is not in engineering or technology. It's about tech, culture, and games and yapping. But somehow, my yapping skills allowed me to detect that these gentlemen were completely fucking full of shit. Because they was yapping in a way that led me to believe they're completely fucking full of shit. There are many ways to get the bad vibe. And it doesn't help that we saw Bitcoin, NFTs, metaverse, and AI 4 in a row, back to back, to back to back, with the same pitch. Every time. From the same people. Blastio Boots kicked in a sub. One day after you've learned to drive pretty well, you'll get into a car with adaptive cruise control that automatically follows X car links behind the car in front of you so the cameras can help keep you lanes and your car will deadass drive itself. It's so relaxing. I cannot use such a car until I know how to drive. That would fuck up my learning development. Blastio Boots kicked in $5. Says, you always have to look everything driving thing he explained is. Once you're used to it, your eyes' secondary motion detection across your range of vision, including mirrors, gives you passive bonus awareness. Yes, because I would be able to see my left mirror in my periphery, and if I see something goofy in my left mirror or via my periphery, such as movement that's too fast in my periphery, I would go, what the fuck is that? Right. Rev Andy sub says, just wait till you're out on the highway and the instructor tells you to look over your shoulder while changing lanes to check your blind spot. That shit is terrifying the first time you do it. But I'm moving at 100K. I can't take my eye off the road for a second or I'll die. But I guess I do have to shoulder check because there could be somebody in my blind spot. But what if a deer runs out in front of my fucking car on the highway? like, there are fucking deer out here. Then perish, I guess. Oh no. Arr. Mel Brooks KA kicked in a sub. Hey Pat, had a rough week at work. Hope you're doing all right. I'm doing okay. How you doing, Caboose? I love him. Shernal kicked in a sub. Fun fact, in my state, hitting a pedestrian will not be an automatic fail. You will lose points, and if you make no other mistakes, you can still theoretically pass. But only if your instructor is a psychopath, because they have a prerogative to fail you at any point based off vibes. That's nuts, dude. That's absolutely fucking crazy. Who's my baby? You want a hug, baby? Ooh. Oh, just squishing this guy. You know what I love? No matter how hard I squish him, he's like, give me more. Right? Like, I'm gonna squish him. And then he's like, give me more squish. Oh. Blast, Joe Boots kicked in $5. Thanks, Blast. Best driving school tip I ever learned is to set the side mirrors so far out to the left and right you can't see the side of your own car. The rear view already covers that, so you get free blind spot coverage and side mirrors. I was not told that. I was told to see the edge of my car. I'm not. Listen. I'm gonna be blunt. I'm gonna be very blunt. I'm gonna listen to my professional driving instructor over Blastio Boots. I'm sorry. I'm going to listen to I'm going to listen to the guy who has the entire ICBC driving exam burned into his mind, as you all live in different regions, right? Hey, get this. You want to hear something fucking crazy? They just did this in ICBC. Okay? So you get your L, right? And then to get your, so everything's in every region has a different name, right? So in ICBC, which is BC's driving thing, you do your written exam and you do your L, right? And your L allows you to drive with a proper driver with you. It's your learner's permit, right? So if Paige is in the car, I can drive the car because it assumes that Paige will tell me if I'm doing something fucked up. That makes sense. Well, I do my road test to get my N, and my N is new driver, right? And my road test is whether or not I can drive by myself, but it's not a full driving license because I still can't drive between, I think it's like 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. or something like that, and I can only have so many passengers in the car, right? But, and this is the part that they just changed. You no longer have to take a second road test to get your real license. You just have to have a good record, and you will get automatically upgraded to a real license. So I only have to pass one road test. How long does that take? I don't know. I'll get to that when I do it. Senior Whooper, it is crazy that I'm almost 40 with a license. I may do. It's really easy to do it when you have when you live a single life in a public transit metropolitan city. It's really easy. But now you have a baby, and you're going to need to be able to drive that baby to school or soccer or whatever, instead of just having your wife do it all the time. So my days as a passenger princess is over soon. $20 super chat coming in from GGBHBDBGT. Thank you. Thank you very much. You consider playing 358 days. How would you do that for a DS game? If that's on the table, I'd lobby for a look at Recoded, the only game with combat that rivals Kingdom Hearts 2 and is buried under minigames and another Kingdom Hearts 1 retread. There's a version of 358 called the Melon Mix, which turns it back into a PS2 game. That's how. My Sedan is an honor student kicked in $5. Thank you, Sedan. Hey, can you describe how you're okay with E33's lack of balance in Acts 2 and 3? It's something you described as having solved the combat, but it didn't seem to bother you in this game. Would you like it better if enemies scaled up? Yes, I would. So in Expedition 33, so Baltic Guy correctly ascertains I was not okay with it. I did have problems with it. Expedition 33's Act 2 has a lot of stuff in it that provides a very extreme challenge because of the damage cap. The problem is that none of that stuff is in the main path except for the Act 2 final boss, right? Where the damage cap, it's built around the damage cap. Act 3 also, especially now, has lots of stuff that is extremely challenging. Extremely challenging. And none of it's in the main plot. So there was always stuff to challenge myself on and fight. But I do wish that I would like for somebody to make a mod that is just like a full-scale rebalance of the game, of the second and third act. I think Act 1 is rock solid, but I think that Act 2 and 3 could have some numbers tweaked. I think the single biggest problem in Expedition 33's like balancing is that it is only at the dead last moment in the game's optional content that it tells you should be putting points into all 5 party members. I put everything into 3 party members and was thus 20% stronger than I would have been no matter what. And because all that shit is multiplicative, it makes a massive, massive difference. The next time I play through E33, I'm going to spread my points out across everyone and switch characters evenly. And I bet that will be a much more challenging experience. Right? Also, they shouldn't let you do Frozen Wastes in Act 2 at all. Gaunt Ice says you are sicko. You shouldn't be the game one game's default difficulty is balanced around. No, you're completely right. I should be the one the hard difficulty is based around. The one I played the whole game on. Yeah, I switched the game to expert once I got to the water level, and the game was never able to keep up with me. Rusty McBadback kicked in $5. Says, are you going to play Pirates of the World in Kingdom Hearts 2 completely muted? The main theme from the movies plays in every single encounter. Well, see, here's the thing. There's one thing. There's content ID, and then there's copyright. Right? I don't have a problem with my stuff getting content ID'd. Like, I don't know if you look at the VODs on Twitch. The Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories VODs on Twitch are completely muted. They're literally 100% muted. Which is fucking funny as shit. But all that happens on YouTube is that they go, is this a cover made by somebody else? And I go, no, just don't put ads on it. Right? Right. So worst case scenario, I hope you're here live. Like the main thing that I want to do is just losing out on Sanctuary is a massive bummer. That song kicks ass. Because those songs, I'm aware, are actually like they could strike your channel. Yeah, no, local recording's going today. And I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Copyright sucks. It's true. Kangamosa sub. Thanks, Kangamosa. Yeah, just pull it up and play it. Before I get to the world, you need to listen to how it sounded on the PS2 original, because it's a world of difference. I mean, I played it on the PS2. So what do you... I don't know. Who's my favorite Akatsuki member? I don't know who those guys are. Itachi, fuck it, because he beats up his brother, and his brother sucks. Sasuke is the worst. He's the fucking worst. I hate him. Oh, wait, did you mean Organization 13? It's Zaldin, man. I keep saying this. It's Zaldin. He's a dragoon. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Let's move on over. Is it desynced still? No, this is good? Guess what? OBS updated right before today's stream. It wasn't my capture card. It was OBS that was doing that. Ah! Ah! I'm white. Ah! That blind kid says the only thing that would make Pat not like Larxene, she's a bitchy blonde instead of a bitchy redhead. I just don't like blondes, man. All the other hair colors are good, but like blondes, no thanks. So I'm level 31 and a half, which is apparently right before I get something called Lethal Frame, which I saved that level up because I thought you guys might want to see that because everyone was talking about it. So we got Neverland, which I'm going to leave to last. 100 Acre Wood, which I'm going to leave to second to last. No, I'm going to leave Hollow Bastion till last. I'm going to leave Hollow Bastion till last, dude. I'm going to leave Hollow Bastion last. You mean like platinum blonde or all blondes? I said blonde, man. That's everybody. GGBHTGBGGBT kicked in $5, says, also your opinions of Kingdom Hearts have been spot on 10 out of 10, especially when discussing divisive elements. Wouldn't worry about getting stuff wrong. Oh, I'm not worried about it at all. Where are we now? The floor is kind of unsteady. You can hear the ocean too. So here's the problem. I don't like blondes, but I think a dumb woman's really attractive. So I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I know what. I know, we must be inside a ship. Well, we better find a way out. But which way do we go? Whack. You marry my wife again? My wife is not stupid. My wife is many things. She's absent-minded and easily distracted, but she is smarter than me. Who are you? Maybe she's trying to help us. Looks like you're right. Ah! I learned glide. Oh, good. That was very useful to come here. Yeah, she's just got the ADHD. So yeah, those items I got, those treasure items or whatever the fuck, they're trash, dude. Just trash. I wish I got those cloud cards. There we go. All done. Fuck off. Well, guess we're going out. This is literally the fucking first room. Literally the fucking first room. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Didn't get it. By the way, the game crashed on me when I was getting one of these things. Yeah, somebody was like, "Oh, I never got the fucking treasure thing," and I'm like, "I got a bunch of them." How do you fail every card gacha but have perfect key rewards drop rate? Don't know. Don't know. Oh, hold on. Where's the... Hopefully it's up. When did this GBA game become an up-resed PlayStation 2 game? 2009, I think. 2007? 2. Why not? Did I ever play Capcom's Mickey Mouse game on the Super Nintendo? I don't know, maybe. I can't remember, honestly. I know I played Castle of Illusion on the Genesis? I don't know. Alright. These Keyblade cards are pretty useful. Though I'm gonna buy almost exclusively Magic cards fairly soon. I did it. Because I want those cloud cards, you know? I want them clouds. Where the fuck is the thing to bust the door, man? Ah, there she is. There she blows. Arr. I don't know why I did that. So I might actually not have the cards necessary. These are getting really, really dicey and juicy. 15 green, I can do that. I did it. I need more red cards. See, that's fine. The reason why that's fine is because if I run into a situation in which I actually need more cards, I can just keep fighting in the newest area that I have and get more cards, and then I'll get super strong. You know? All right, what we got today? Synchro. Wow. Never gonna use it. Never ever. That is total garbage. That is dookie, isn't it? Yeah, in the regular game, that'd be awesome. I'd do gravity and then I'd just do that. But in the card game, fuck that. Fuck that shit. Thank for Pat for letting me know I have to skip Chain of Memory. So here's the problem. I am of the belief, from what I've been able to ascertain, that I'm actually going to have a lot more fun with Riku's campaign. Because Riku's campaign is like a fucking video game instead of this nonsense. Also, Riku's hotter and cooler. You know. Like, somebody was like, bro, you don't need to play Dream Drop Distance unless you want to play more as Riku. And I'm like, I do want to play more as Riku. I do. I feel like I'm missing something when people are like, my lobster too buttery. Like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are saying. Is this an American thing? I have too much of a good thing. Have I never had too much of a juicy steak? I have never had too much of a juicy steak, no. All right. Lethal Frame. No number requirement. Oh, I missed one. So I have 4 here. I have plenty of room for other shit. So these are these. So I need potions and elixirs. I actually mainly need elixirs, and by elixirs I mean ethers. No, I don't have high ethers. So we'll just have to freeball it. All right. Let's just do a tryout. Let's just try it out. Let's see what happens.
Let's go. Let's go.
Are you fucking serious? Are they stopped?
Let's go.
During this attack?
Goofy. This is it. Yeah. Ah. Donald. Courage.
Oh, thanks, Pluto. Oh, so that's what happens.
Let's go.
Okay, well that's just silly. So this is my boss killing deck then. Not quite ready for prime time. Right. I don't have the ethers for it. So we'll switch back to number 2 for the time being. So I need regular attacks. I have tons of those. That's not a worry. I need stops. And I need high ethers. I have not unlocked high ether yet. I don't know where to get those.
It's over. Yeah. It's over.
Movable shot? No. Don't you have to unlock them first?
Heal.
Yeah, so I don't know where to get them right now. High ethers are not a story unlock. Really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn it.
This is it.
That, So I have high potions. I just don't have high ethers.
Yeah. It's over.
If anybody could tell me where I would get a high...
Yeah.
ether.
Heal.
100 acre wood gives you an elixir. All right. All right then. All right, fuck it. Fuck it. We're in no rush, guys. There's plenty of Kingdom Hearts to go around. Or so I hear.
This is it. Yeah. It's over. Yeah.
I feel bad for Wooly. It really sounded like he was planning to play this in the near future. Like maybe even after E33. And then I just like sucker punched his shit in. You go play Ace Combat instead? Bro, that's a super good idea. You know, more people should be playing Ace Combat. In general. Wait, where the fuck is the fucking... Is it this? I guess it is. What item card were you looking for? I don't know, man. Oh, High Ether. They fixed the emulation issues on the PS2 Ace Combats? 20? That's not a problem. Oh, I don't have shit at all. It is a problem. Ah!
This is it. It's over.
Guess we're just fighting.
Yeah. It's over.
This was, inevitable.
It's over. This is it.
So why is everyone insane while they're driving? What's wrong with their brains?
This is it.
It was inevitable to get to a point in which I didn't have enough cards to get through a door.
It's over. Yeah. It's over.
Like, what is part of the car that makes a certain people insane? Oh! Sick. Never mind. They think driving harder gets them to the destination faster. But it doesn't, bro. But it doesn't.
Yeah. This is it.
I'll be guilty of it too. No, I won't.
It's over. Yeah. It's over. This is it.
I'm learning to drive when I already have a child. The idea of substituting safety for time does not appeal.
Heal.
Yo. You drive a mail truck, which makes people get even crazier. Dude, who's gonna fight with the mailman on the road?
Yeah.
The mailman's your friend. Like, granted, he brings you all the bills that make your life miserable. But, like, you know? He's providing a service for you that is friendly and happy.
Yeah. Heal. This is it.
Mailmen are not a psyop, dude. Are you insane? Was your mother the type of person who always left early to get there early, or the person who would not leave the house until the last second because we'll get there in time? My dad was the person who would leave early to get there in time, and my mom would be the person who would be taking forever to get out because we'll get there in time. But the only reason we would get there in time is because my dad was driving, and he would always get in the car like an hour early. That's the second Joker, unless Pat used the first off screen. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, I have 3, yeah. I feel like I should save these. 7, 6, 5. I can get in. Do I have a favorite world for the first 2 games? Hollow Bastion's like cheating. Genuinely. Like it really is. Traverse Town is an incredible hub. Oh, that's worthless also. I'm so glad I'm making these trips. Fuck. The Informist kicked in $5. Thank you for the tip, bud. Glad to catch you streaming today. Don't get to do that often. I need it today. Hope you're enjoying the game and looking forward to Riku mode. I am having a chill time playing the game and am in fact looking very forward to Riku mode. I think my favorite world in the whole series that I've personally played no question is Twilight Town from Kingdom Hearts 2. In my opinion, that intro is one of the best intros to any game I've ever played in my life. Like the fucking intensity of I guess my summer vacation is over was really extreme. Jay the Scaman says, it's good to see you come around somewhat on recom since the start of your stream. You were having a really rough time there. I was. However, I am now being like, this shit's too easy. There desperately needed to be a fucking in-between me screaming in anger and me reading chat and chit-chatting. They're like, it's way too much. This has a really bad difficulty curve. The difficulty curve of this video game is extremely poor. I talked about this on the podcast, and I think on the on my Blue Sky. It is not the worst difficulty curve of a game I've played. The worst difficulty curve of any game I have ever played in my life is Witcher 2. Witcher 2 has the only 100% inverted difficulty curve of any game I have ever played. Defies belief. Defies belief. Strongest fight in the game is the tutorial. Yeah, there's a lot of designers out there that they don't accommodate for players actually learning the system and just juice numbers. Getting nothing but green. Interesting.
Yeah.
Remember that Anthem had that thing where equipping nothing but the default stuff made you stronger? I do remember that. Which game has the best difficulty curve, in my opinion? See, that's a lot harder. A lot of games, like, an overwhelming amount of games have good difficulty curves. If I had to pick a game that had a perfect difficulty curve, genuinely, it's Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5 has a perfect difficulty curve. Here's a card pack. That's fine, I guess. I would like to buy these cards now. Give me Cloud and stop. You fucks. Cloud and stop, please. Wow. I'll take it. Yeah, that's fine. So attack cards just means red, right? Oh, fuck. Yeah, Lethal Frame has no total number requirements, which is kind of nuts. Just gonna do this with the multiples just because it's fun, you know? Right, look how fun this is. Alright, so that's 5 lethal frames. You know, let me use my brain here for a second. Is it cool with you guys if I use my brain? 20 to 23. Okay. So. So 14, 22. And then 14, 20. And then 14, 21. And then an 8. Okay, so that's 4. Okay. They need to be different keys. Dude, they all need to be different keys. Oh, that's tough. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Whatever. I'll just keep it like this. I don't give a fuck. And then we will... Where's warp? Stop, arrow, arrow. Can't do it. You know, we'll just leave that. We're just building. Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm being asked to help with the man. I will be right back.